After finishing the Vengeance trilogy, Park Chan-wook wanted to try something different, and so he decided to make a romantic comedy. And that romantic comedy is called I'm a Cyborg, and That's Okay. Hello everybody and happy Valentine's Day. Not that Valentine's Day means anything to a single person like me, but I thought this was a perfect opportunity to talk about that one odd romantic comedy that Park Chan-wook made. After being done with the Vengeance trilogy, Park Chan-wook wanted to try something different for two reasons. First of all, he was tired of the gloomy, dark, and violent tone of three of his previous films. And secondly, he wanted to make a movie that his young daughter would also be able to watch and enjoy. And so with these two things in his mind, he made a movie and released it in 2006, and that movie is called I'm a Cyborg, and That's Okay. The story takes place in a mental hospital to which our main character Yeong-wook just has been accepted into because of her condition, where she believes that she is a cyborg and refuses to eat any food and licks batteries instead. And here she meets another patient, Park Il-soon, who steals other people's traits. And as the story goes on and progresses, these two form a bond. If you couldn't tell, this is an unconventional love story with unconventional characters. I mean, our lead character, Yeong-wook, believes that she is a cyborg. She's as weird as it gets. To get the performance he wanted out of our main actress, Park Chan-wook told the actress to remember her 7-year-old self and act just like that. And I think that it's a perfect description for our cyborg girl. For the same reason, it is hard to latch onto this character or relate to her. In fact, you can't really do that with any of the other characters in the movie, so it can be a little hard to connect with the movie for some people. Her relationship with Park is something that develops slowly, and they form a bond not because they have cute interactions or long, deep, meaningful dialogues with each other. No, they form a bond because Park is the only person who manages to reach out to Yeong-wook like no one else could. None of the nurses, despite all of their efforts, could understand our cyborg girl. But Park comes into her life and understands how to communicate with her, and most importantly, he understands how to help her. The message Park Chan-wook wanted to convey with the story was to give up hope but also keep fighting, which I know sounds contradictory, but that's what Park Chan-wook said in an interview. And what he means by that is that Yeong-wook will never be cured. She can never go back to being a normal person again, but what she can do is that she can keep fighting to at least start eating again, which is the main problem for her in this movie. If you've seen a few of Park Chan-wook's films, you know he loves surreal, odd visuals in his films. And what a better movie to have these surreal visuals than I'm a Cyborg, and That's Okay. The crazy visual moments fit perfectly into this film though, and to film the madness behind the camera, once again, we have Chung-hoon, who has worked with Park Chan-wook countless times. We also have Yeong-wook returning as the composer, and I know that every time I make a movie review on a Park Chan-wook film, I mention these two guys. But you know what? Every time their work is noteworthy. I can't just ignore it. The soundtrack of this movie is perfect and sounds fairy tale-like, which once again is exactly what the movie needs. I love that if you listen to this soundtrack blindly without knowing what movie it belongs to, you would never guess that this is from a romantic comedy. But once you watch the movie and realize what's going on and what it is about, you understand the genius of this soundtrack. It is once again a soundtrack that I often come back to, just like with other Yeong-wook's works on Park Chan-wook films, like Old Boy and Lady Vengeance, that I come back to a lot as well, and I just love those soundtracks so much. They're so good. They're just amazing. The side characters in the movie are great. They are the other patients in the hospital, and all of them have their own quirks. Like, one of the patients is so nice and polite that he literally walks backwards because he doesn't want to disrespect anyone. Also, these secondary characters are the core of the movie's humor, and so they make the movie more entertaining. Overall, I'm a Cyborg and That's Okay is a movie that I can't just recommend to anyone because some might find it boring, some might not really connect with the characters or care for them, some might just not get the movie. As for me, I have mixed feelings for it. From one side, I did zone out once or twice while watching, although mostly in the beginning, but there are also a ton of things that I did love and enjoy about the film. And I also do think that it's one of those films that will get better at second viewing. And so all that being said, I'm not going to grade this movie. I'm just going to tell you to go and check it out for yourself because it is definitely a movie that I'm not going to forget. And it is one of those films that I think that is worth checking out at least once. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below, have you seen I'm a Cyborg and That's Okay? If you have, what do you think about it? I'm really curious about your opinions on this particular film. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's definitely a memorable Park Chan-wook film. Although, is there a Park Chan-wook film that isn't memorable? I mean, every one of them are actually, you know what, scratch that. Every one of the ones I've seen at least. And hey, that being said, guys, all the movies of Park Chan-wook that I've seen, I've also reviewed, and I have a separate link for all the Park Chan-wook movie reviews I've done so far. Link for that playlist in the bio description of this video. Another link there will be for my playlist of all the Korean movie reviews I've done so far. Not just Park Chan-wook films, but all the other Korean movie reviews as well. So check it out if you're curious. Also, guys, links for both of my social medias, Twitter and Instagram there as well. Check them out. And if you made it this far, you can also leave a like. And if you don't want to miss my other movie and TV show related videos, subscribe to this channel. Happy Valentine's Day once again. Bye.